What's up, guys? Xavier here. We are back at Warped Tour Ventura, and I'm hanging out with Relapse Symphony. Sorry. How are you guys?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
That is a tongue twister. Yeah, great, man. It's cooking. Not as hot as Pomona you were just saying, but it's still pretty hot out there, man.
Yeah. It's a cool breeze though, so it's good. It's good.
Leather jacket weather.
Yeah, right.
I'm doing all right.
Dude, that's it, man. You guys are you're just about to go on in a few hours, right?
Yeah.
This is our first time on Warped Tour. Yeah. It's been an honor. We've been wanting to do this since we were like little kids.
Dude, it's the dream. I can only imagine the feeling. Yeah. Actually, what if you had to sum up the feeling of when you got the call going on Warped Tour in an emoji? What emoji would it be?
Oh man. The girl that's like.
Yeah.
You talking about? Yeah.
I would do the hands that like.
Oh yeah. Like the worship hands.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I would. Yeah. I think I would go with love heart eyes.
They said love fart. I was like, I don't have the new ones.
No. love heart eyes. All right. Good to know. Good to know. But it's all right. So you guys are 3 dates in. Is it what you expected?
No, it's way more work than I thought. I thought Warped Tour was gonna be, roll out of bed around 11, play, hang with some fans. We're here by 7 every day. We're carrying stuff in the hot sun. We're out in the sun all day. We're meeting fans, which is great. But it's just been a hustle. Going to the line, trying to get kids to come see us and meet as many people as we can. It's definitely been a lot more work than I ever thought as a kid.
Dude, I mean that's it. I honestly had no idea until I've been like chatting to bands all day long, and they've all said the same thing. It's like they're working. I mean it's a production getting you guys from place to place.
Yeah.
Like how what's apart from playing, what's been the most enjoyable part of it?
I would say talking to all the kids, man. Like and the kids that don't necessarily know who you are before, and then they see your band and they get excited and they come hang out and grab the new record and all that stuff. That's great.
And are you seeing are you getting a lot of kids who are just like, hey, didn't know who you were, but like just saw your set, like?
I think it's been a mix.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got a lot who've been waiting to see us for a while, and for whatever reason, whatever tour we were on, they missed us, but because it's Warped Tour, they're here. So that's been cool, but there's also been a lot that, like yesterday, there were maybe 50 to 100 that had no clue who we were and watched us and came up and bought CDs and took pictures. So yeah, it was great.
And so the new record is Born to Burn, set to coming out this summer, right?
It's coming out in about 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. And
So
what record are the kids buying right now? What do you have available right now?
we have it with us.
Oh.
We're allowed to say that,
So if you go to Warped Tour, you get in on it.
Some copies might have fallen off a truck. I don't know, but so kids have been going for that one for sure. That one's been going, but they're buying. We have everything, so they've been buying a little bit of everything. But
That's great, man. And what can we? Is this is the debut album?
this is actually our second
length, yeah.
Second full length.
We put out a record about a year ago called Shadows. And then when we found out we had Warped Tour, we immediately got to work on the new record. We actually wrote a whole record, scrapped it, did a whole other one, and that's the one that you can hear today. And the reaction's been overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, man, the kids are stoked.
Yeah,
They love it.
It's been great. It's been really cool. I haven't heard one negative thing about it, so it's been awesome.
Like, tell me the decision behind going. You know what? Scrap that. How did that happen?
So we wrote a record, and
I mean, a record is a baby. Like, how do you cull a baby?
we were ready to go record, and then I think I brought up, I was like, guys, I don't know if this is it, and everybody was like, yeah, that's.
It's just a feeling you have,
we were all on the same page.
You work on this record, and when it's done, if it doesn't feel like, man, I can't wait to get this out, like, if you don't really feel that, then you probably should keep working.
You all just knew it. So how many songs did you have before you just said, look, let's do something here?
I think we had 11, but we wrote another like 10 that didn't end up on this record either.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there was a lot, but I think that's why this one's so good, is we really, worked our asses off, and the best of the best is what we use.
You took your time with it.
Yeah.
And what was the change from those 11 songs to the new ones? Like, what did you do differently that made you go, yes, this is it?
We went through a lot as a band, and I think we were running from it. We weren't expressing it. We were just trying to write good songs, but we weren't really tapping into what we were feeling. And then at one point we were like, look, we just have to be honest. And when we got honest, we wrote some really pissed off stuff, and it felt good. And we just ran with that. We took that emotion and ran with it, and that's the record.
Yeah.
That was an amazing answer. This is some poetry right here, guys. I feel like we're getting really honest right now. This is just stripping away the layers here, guys.
That's what you got to do, though, man. When you write songs, you got to be real. You got to be honest. The people can tell when you're not. So.
For sure, man. And have you guys? Obviously you're surrounded by just a sea of talent on this tour. Any band?
Pierce the Veil.
Oh, right.
We did an interview right before them. I was like, oh my god, it's great. Like, fuck. Like, they're definitely an influence of ours. Like, so it's crazy.
Great band.
Yeah,
Great
right.
band.
Any other bands that you guys have always looked up to?
Yeah, we're actually out with friends, a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Escape the Fate, New Year's Day, Black Veil Brides. We have a lot of friends out on this tour.
Yeah. I have to say my favorite band on this tour that I've seen is a band called Tat.
I just interviewed her.
They're fantastic, great band. She's such a badass. And I also really love the Karma Killers too. They're awesome.
Yeah.
I was sitting down to have lunch, and then these two guys came up and they went, "Hey man, can we sit here?" And they got chatting and they were like, "Oh, we're the Karma Killers."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh man, you're my next interview." And so we just grabbed the camera and we just did the interview while we're having lunch with them, man. Coolest guys, right?
Yeah,
Are you finding that you're just getting super close with all these people that you're seeing every day?
You know, it's cliche because I've seen a ton of Warped Tour interviews growing up, and every band says, it's like punk rock summer camp. That's like the cliche line, but it's so true. I mean, I keep bumping into people and I know who they are, and it's like never meet your heroes kind of thing, but everybody's been so cool.
Yeah.
Everybody. I mean, we, yesterday, New Year's Day came and watched our set. We've been friends with them for a while. Craig from Escape the Fate was like, I'm gonna come check you guys out today. Like, everybody's just been so nice and
supportive. It's like the bigger fish are sort of pulling up the little fish as well.
Yeah. All the bands on our stage are so supportive, and everybody helps each other carry gear on and off and watches each other's set. So
yeah,
it's
How are you guys? I mean, so you're 3 days in. How do you guys? How do you think you're going to cope by the end of the tour, man? What is anything? Is it getting harder? It's okay.
I think it's getting easier. I think day one we had a lot to learn, and we learned a lot. Day two we applied all that, and it was much easier. And today we're just kind of, I think we're finally in the swing of things.
3 days in and you're already killing it, huh?
Smoking, right? It takes 3 days to quit. Warped Tour takes 3 days to fucking, I don't know, figure it out.
That's good. And for people who haven't heard you guys before, how do you describe the music that you play?
Oh man, it's so tough.
Yeah, I just tell everybody it's good old rock and roll, man.
I mean, I don't want you to pigeonhole yourselves or categorize yourself, but if you had to describe it or something similar,
I would say if we're a hard rock band, but we make sense on Warped Tour. You know what I mean?
Warped Tour. I love it. That's a good one. I like it. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to let you get back to your van and go check out all these bands. But thanks so much for hanging out with us. It was a really cool chat. My name's Xavier Brinkman. You're watching the New Music Buzz. Peace.
What's up? I'm Brett Vondell.
I'm JC.
And we're the Relapse Symphony, and you've just been buzzed.